There are many fantastic theories out there that were created by devoted followers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Many of them are very believable and full of facts, and so today we're going to do you a favor and show you some of the best fan theories that will probably shock you. Number 1. Peter Parker was in Iron Man 2. There's a reason why this theory is so popular, and that's because it actually turned out to be true. Many people thought that the very young boy that was saved by Tony at the last minute from a drone that was flying towards him was Peter Parker. And it was confirmed by Tom Holland later on that it was indeed Peter. This makes the movie that much more impressive because back in 2010, when this was released, Sony still had control of Spider-Man. Number 2. The Winter Soldier killed Peter Parker's parents. We already know that within the MCU, the Winter Soldier killed Tony Stark's parents, which caused some major problems between Iron Man and Captain America. We saw these two fight, and it was horrible, but there's a fan theory out there that suggests this story is even sadder than we first thought it to be. Many people believe that the Winter Soldier is also the reason why we never got to see Peter Parker's mother and father. One of these soldiers' activation words is Homecoming, which is the title of the solo Spider-Man movie that followed. If he did actually kill Peter Parker's parents, then this makes the bond between Peter and Tony that much more special, especially considering the fate that Tony came to. Number 3. The Chitauri didn't lose the Battle of New York. There's a fan theory out there that suggests that the bad guys that attacked New York City didn't really lose the battle. Exactly like the Skrulls, the Chitauris are able to shapeshift, meaning they can look like humans if they really wanted to. This theory goes as far as to say that when the invasion was happening, it was really just a distraction so that other Chitauris could disguise as humans and wait for the right time to strike. This theory came out before Infinity War, and that's not how this movie played out, but maybe they are still waiting for an opportunity to strike. Maybe the Avengers messed up again by bringing half those guys back to life by reversing Thanos' snap. But also maybe not. This is just a theory after all. Number 4. Groot is God. I know that this theory sounds a little bit strange because everybody's favorite talking tree, who has amazing dancing skills and a 3-word vocabulary, doesn't really seem like a supreme being. But this theory suggests that I am Groot is a variation on I am that I am, Exodus 3:14. Basically, the basis is that Groot is part of Yggdrasil, the world tree from Thor. Number 5. Peggy Carter is Tony's mother. This theory was floating around the internet before Avengers Endgame was released, and it's pretty out there. It suggests that since Peggy was a minor character in the comics, the fact that she was a major character in the MCU suggests that she and Howard Stark had a fling, meaning that Tony is their child. It's a pretty weird theory that shocked me when I was researching for this video, because if it is true, then it means that the fight between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers had a weird subtext. Tony's mom was the love of Steve's life? How strange. Number 6. Hydra distinguishes the MCU movies from the Fox films. The whole fiasco of Fox versus the MCU has always confused people, but the basic understanding is this. Fox owned the X-Men and Fantastic Four characters. Disney owned everything else, apart from Spider-Man, because he was owned by Sony. Now that Disney has bought Fox out, they own everything. Well, apart from Spider-Man, because they share him with Sony. But this theory suggests that all of the differences in the MCU and Fox boil down to the existence of Hydra. In the MCU, Hydra superseded Hitler, so the Holocaust didn't happen, which rules out Magneto. At Fox, without Hydra, S.H.I.E.L.D. was never created, so goodbye to the Avengers. Number 7. Quicksilver is from the Tesseract, and Scarlet Witch is from the Reality Stone. This theory is pretty easy to believe. The Tesseract is blue, and that is Quicksilver's main color. As well as this, the Reality Stone is red, which is Scarlet Witch's key color. However, this theory isn't just about colors. Scarlet Witch manipulates reality, just like the Reality Stone, and the Tesseract is the Space Stone, which is equal to super speed, just like the power that Quicksilver has. Number 8. Magneto is the father of the Maximoff twins. This theory has kind of been confirmed. There's a scene in X-Men Days of Future Past where we see Quicksilver break Magneto out of prison, so this kind of tells us that he is the father of the character in that universe. So it stands to reason that he would also be his father in the MCU as well. But there are a few complications with this, however, it is still fun to think about. That's all for today though. What'd you think of today's video? Let us know in the comments below. But with that being said, this is the end of the video, so I'll see you in the next one.